Hello,
world,
internet,
earth,
ear holes,
TikTokians,
Instagram mickens,
bad bitches.
not so bad bitches.
Love that.
Thanks.
Positive. My name is Astin and I rock.
My name's Dylan and I am gay.
Welcome to Can't Get You Out of My Head. It is our new podcast dedicated to the songs that we just can't shake.
And despite what you may think from the title of this podcast, it is not dedicated to the legend Kylie Minogue.
Though we do want her to win Song of the Year for Padam Padam.
Ba-dum, ba-dum.
It's tough
I
though.
hear it and I know.
I kind of want it to go to Kill Bill. Do you think?
I mean, I do like SZA.
I love SZA.
I don't think that is her best.
Her best? Who? That's a good topic. What is her best song?
Drew Barrymore. Yeah, that whole album is solid. But goddamn it, Drew Barrymore is the one that I'm like, let's start it over. Let's start it over. Start it over.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. I remember like every now and then an album will drop. And I'll be apprehensive about, do I want to listen to it yet? Am I ready to listen to it yet? And then she dropped Drew Barrymore. And I think it was the clip. It went viral that Drew Barrymore was actually in the video. So I'm like, let's go see what it's about. And immediately I was like, oh,
so good.
This is for the girls that watched Never Been Kissed like 10 times.
It's so good.
There are other Black girls who know what that movie is.
If you were a child of the 90s, you know what that movie is.
Shit. It came on enough. That and Bring It On.
God love you, Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union was so pretty in that.
Like I was like, that was the one where I was like, I should be an actor. I want to look just like her. I want to look like Gabrielle Union.
And she looked like that for 30 years.
Still.
Wow.
Still.
It's called Black Girl Magic.
And money.
And lotion for the skin.
Lotion for the skin.
Thank you, Erykah Badu, for that.
Wait, why are we thinking Erykah Badu for the?
There is an interview where Erykah Badu is promoting What a Man Wants, the movie she did with Taraji P. Henson.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And she's a tarot reader. Yes.
And the interviewer is like, what's your secret to success? And she's like, well, there's 5 doctors. There's Dr. Sleep, Dr. Sun, Dr. Greens, Dr. Fate, Dr. Exercise, I think. And then she says, oh, in lotion for the skin. Lotion for the skin.
I love her. And honestly,
she's one of them brujas. She knows what she's talking about.
Oh, I'm gonna bring that up later.
Put some lotion on the skin.
There's a reason why that's very relevant to one of our topics today. So it is the Sunday of January 28th. Happy Oprah's birthday eve.
Happy Oprah's birthday eve. Should be a national holiday at some point.
It should be. I don't know what you would leave out for Oprah to come to your house. What would you
At this point, nothing. She on that Ozempic.
Yeah, my number one will always be I love bread.
Oh no.
And there's no other context for like a good 3 seconds because you're like, where is this going? But I do feel you because bread is that word.
I love bread. There's one where she's zip lining and then she like goes down the thing and she goes, oh, my vajayjay's painting. My vajayjay is painting. That's verbatim what this woman says.
Pull that up. I gotta watch that.
My vajayjay is painting and it's super short. God love Oprah.
So it is Oprah vajayjay painting Eve, and I love that. That's not what I was trying to say, but we're gonna keep it because why the fuck not?
That's her middle name.
You know, that's the
Oprah
song.
Oprah vajayjay painting Winfrey.
You know, that's the song you see. That's, you know, maybe you don't read nothing out.
That's what's stuck in my head.
That's what you say. JJ is painted. So it's we're 3 days, and I think about the song that's stuck in my head, right? I'm not even thinking about melodically. I'm not even thinking about like I'm singing it around the house.
Mhm.
I may remember some of the punchlines
Yes.
and how they affect me as if
Emphasis on punch.
hello, like I've been personally attacked. And obviously that's none other than Megan Thee Stallion's Hiss. His was released at what that at midnight
Midnight on the
going into
26th.
midnight on the 26th going into Friday. And being on the internet has been a joyride since. So first of all, I want to talk about reactions to his, because also I made you watch the video yesterday. So give me your reactions or your favorite lines.
I mean, the video itself is stunning. Whoever's doing her visuals, like lyrics aside, music aside, take all that out. I could watch that on mute.
I could watch that on
3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
The image where they're going down the hall and it's 4 of her and like she's too big for the space and like in that beautiful red cutout dress. The part where she's laid back on that chair that doesn't seem to have legs. The dress with the pasty nipple covers that look like Funko Pop eyeballs. Like
Yes.
I am
into it.
Like 10 out of 10.
Into
10
it.
out of 10.
My favorite, like, so those two scenes aside, my top two are the one where she's watching like a billion screens of herself and she's just laying on the floor like watching herself, and then she turns to the camera and starts rapping to us.
Yes.
Sickening, because it's like I've seen that done in other videos. That's not like a concept we haven't seen before. No. But the way they did it, amazing. The colorist, like, shout out to the colorist, like the person who did the color grading on this, because the shadows, the blues, the reds, the greens, all of that, like it was speaking to me. And then, you know, her being like, I come from a clan of like they're still deep in my heart. I don't necessarily hang out, or we don't necessarily talk as much as we used to, but I come from a clan of anime nerds.
Yes.
And so her consistency to like the way that she interpolated her own, like I saw this on Twitter, I like the way that they explained it. So I'm gonna use their words. Shout out to whoever you are, if you ever see this. So the way that she interpolates her own alter egos, right? And like she takes a character, an anime character who like the half black, half white thing. Did you see the comparison? So like you see one side of her, you see the other side of her, and then you see that it's both sides. First of all, makeup designer, winner.
Snaps.
Hair, whoever, winner.
Snaps.
Because you like, even like you see a little bit of the pin curl from the other side, but not much to make you think that when the camera moves, it's all the same woman. Like, and the editing, like the outfits that appear at the certain lines, it still feels very intentional. The chef's kiss, that's like, how dare you come up with such a visually stunning masterpiece to such a gut-wrenching diss song?
Now we talk about the visuals a lot, but what about the lyrics?
My favorite stab was we already know what line we're going to talk about, but one of my favorite, like my favorite sleeper line is the "You're so obsessed with BBLs when you got walking around with the same scars." That's to our favorite Dominican, Nigerian, Puerto Rican, Russian, sometimes Jewish, sometimes Southern, but all the time Canadian bad boy Drake. And I shouted because I was like, clock it. Clock it. Clock it. Our personal favorite, "Pussy so famous, I'm gonna get Kris Jenner to mention next."
Bitch, that is such a good line.
Wonderful opener. Wonderful opener.
And then it's like you got BBL, which is the jab. You got Kris Jenner, which is the cross, and then the uppercut, the full TKO. Is y'all so worried about Megan when you should be worried about Megan's Law? Moment of silence for all the deceased, because she killed all you bitches.
And so I want to start with the fact that she does all of this without the only name she dropped was Kris Jenner's.
Mm-hmm.
The only name she dropped was Kris Jenner's.
But how many targets?
Oh,
She was fucking Yosemite Sam over here just shooting.
The Megan's Law line, the sad reality is that could apply to so many entertainers.
But it's specifically pointed because of the beef that's happening between her and Nicki right now.
No, because that's the only person that answered.
Her. Okay. Okay. That's right.
Because so to talk history, right? The beef never made sense. It always felt like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It always felt like it came out of nowhere. And now, like, the intentionality behind his was, all of y'all can back the fuck up. Y'all not stopping shit. I'm the baddest. I'm the first. I'm the last. I'm the Omega. I'm all of it. You're not stopping my deals from Planet Fitness. You're not stopping my deals from the Olympics. I'm bad. You're bragging on this pussy that you got, 2-3 years ago? Huh. You haven't got no pussy since then? Great. Well, moving on to the next. I'm trying to please the man that I have now, but hookups from back in the day are still reminiscing and telling people about it.
Right.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
It's like live your life.
But the blowback has been, so you sent me the article, but I didn't read it only because I've been watching the response.
Oh my God.
In real time.
It's so good. You can just stay on Twitter and just refresh. And it's been really I'm really trying to get saved and not be on Twitter so much. And so this weekend, I'm gonna just say that, there's a certain TV show on on Amazon Prime that, was a spoof on a certain fan base. And quite frankly, it was the wrong fan base. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, Swarm.
Yeah. So it's been really interesting to watch, just because my good sis is spiraling. Well, first let me get in.
Wait, which good sis though? Because Megan is fine. I'm just gonna say that Megan is sitting back in that chair with no legs, just like, what's good?
Megan did the thing. She was like, "This is where you have me fucked up, and now you're blocked. Have a good day."
Yeah. Have a blessed Sunday.
Have a blessed one.
She went to the church, put something in the collection plate.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen. And now you have an obscure IG live.
Drunk IG live.
Is she drunk? Are you sure?
She claimed to be drunk, which could have been the truth, or it could have been a cop-out. How many people do you know have done some shit and then be like, "Oh, I was drunk. I didn't know that." But I mean, Nicki comes back with a little snippet. It says, "This bitch over 6 foot, I call her Bigfoot. They say the bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot."
It's cute.
I have been saying, get up on your good foot for the past 2 days.
You have been. It's so cute,
I took my dog on a walk and she was sitting there. I said, "Come on, get up on your good foot."
Somebody said if Megan responds using Lil Wayne's 6'7" beat, it's
it's done.
I will try.
It's done.
I hope she kind of doesn't do it, because we already expect that now because we're wishing for it. But if she does on her own accord, I will live. I would live. Shout out to the 6 foot bitches. Y'all are my favorite.
Hello, the Amazons.
The Amazons, that episode of Futurama. I used to want to be from that planet. They got it figured out.
They got it figured
out.
All right, so if this is round 1, Nicki versus Megan, who wins? Megan down.
Oh,
all right.
So that's the thing, because somebody was like, it's really interesting to see folks say this is a rap beef. This is a rap beef. So she's going to defend herself. Cool. She's got to defend herself in a song.
Yeah.
not in an IG snippet.
Yeah,
not in a Discord room or whatever that was, not on Twitter, not on, all of that is unnecessary. If it's a rap beef, where's the full song? Which honestly, like, she might, come back with another song and it might be, good, might be catchy. I still think that Megan still has something else in the chamber.
I would love for this to all be publicity, just leading up to a secret collaboration.
It's
like
not.
they actually really love each other.
I actually don't think this one.
I would love for it's not.
No.
But I would love for the girls to just be fighting on the internet and they'd be like, oh, by the way, we're friends.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of wanted that. I wanted that years ago when it was Nicki and Cardi beefing.
Yes.
I wanted them to be like, you know what? We both New Yorkers, like we got the shit out the way. We boxed. It's fine. We're friends again. So, like, I really wanted that. And it never came. And the longer it took, the more I was like, oh, this is, yeah. I say from looking at other rap beefs, if you haven't responded to a song, the hit dog is hollering way too much for me.
Right.
It's just, it's, like, I don't think Cardi, I really think it's more like, if I had to find a meme, I really feel like it's more like, I don't even know that it is a meme. I think it's more just like, I really think Megan and Cardi are on the phone somewhere, just just for hours. Girl, what you doing? Girl.
And it's that kind of laugh too.
Where no one has words, just very weird sounds. But oh, why? So you brought up Erykah Badu earlier, and then after this we can go in the break. So why I said Swarm is not, it's like, I love that Beyonce like greenlit Swarm, by the way. Like, yeah, I know my fans are crazy, but I always tell them stand down. And that's why she's a queen, because she's like, I know y'all could, but please act like you got some home training. And Beehive is always like, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Where the other one is like,
right.
And
right.
Weird. So before I came over today, I had stumbled on a clip. So there's a Barb's space that they hosted, where I guess they didn't like the fact that Erykah Badu had liked a shady post about Nicki. So being the hackers that they are, which Barb's, if you're going to find people's numbers and harass them, harass, like, I don't know, somebody like Paul Ryan, who's making us pay more taxes every year. Like, harass Sally Mae. Y'all are always doxing. Why are you always doxing people that don't? Anyway, so they find Erykah Badu's number, but Erykah Badu, being the foolish, wonderful Southern wisdom woman that she is, she entertains the phone call.
Can we call her on the break?
Can we?
Miss Badu, just read me, please.
Like, oh, so you a psychic or something? She's like, I'm not a psychic, I'm a witch.
That part.
Oh, so you on that Azalea Banks stuff? Yeah, that's my dog. And then they're like, we're like, they were responding to her, and they're like, bitch, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you that. She's like, no, I understand, bitch, it's a term of endearment. And then she says something again, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I let it slip again. I let it slip. She was like, okay, that's two bitches now.
You got one more time?
And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, that just slipped out. And she said, what else be slipping out?
What? Erykah did not suffer the fool.
Did not at all.
Baby.
Just as calm. And then you hear them like, well, you need to know that she sold out tour, and I don't understand. It's like, you need to respect her. And she's like,
as if Erykah hasn't sold out tours. Is you fucking kidding? Mom.
97. Y'all weren't thought of yet. Get that boy. You weren't even a twinkle in your father's eye. Like, please get some business. Harass Sally Mae.
Don't want to get down with me. Don't get to pick from my apple tree.
But let me
she
stop.
has not studied hoes for years.
We'll talk not about at that all. She's great at not suffering fools. Like, that is like the cup that's kind of Southern shit. Like, I realize I do a lot of that, and people be like, they'll either like, sometimes I'm shady and I don't know, or I'm shady and they don't know, and they're like, wait, is that? It's like, hey, so you said something and I didn't like, and I was like, you weren't supposed to. I'm really glad you caught on. Now let's have the conversation.
Let's talk about.
No, so shout out to Erica. She'll always, I know that some people like she's in line with some problematic things. I don't always think that they're from an evil place. And she'll always be Erica. She'll always be Orange Moon. I don't know. I don't listen. If y'all can be doxing people in the name of fucking super bass, then I can be Erica.
Yeah.
That's
I'll go toe to toe for Baduism.
For Badu, right?
Baby.
Right.
Y'all better call who? Not Erica. Call who? Tyrone. Bitch.
Tyrone.
And on that, we're gonna take a break.
Oh, wait, make sure he helps you come get your shit.
But you can't use my phone. And we're back with Can't Get You Out of My Head, a podcast dedicated to the songs that we just can't stop listening to.
Can't get you out of my head.
Hey. Did you know she wrote that in like 2 hours? That bitch sat down with a pen and piece of paper and said, "Oh, I got this." And said that it's one of her least favorite songs, but her most successful. She was like, "This is the song that I put the least amount of work into." And it became one of my biggest, not even one of my biggest, my biggest hit. I literally have Kylie Minogue from that video tattooed on my body.
You do, it's great.
Thank you so much.
So I want to address that really quick. And I know that you have a song that you can't get out of your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is always interesting to me that, first of all, the songs that take the least amount to write, and that's even as an artist myself, because I have a song, it's very like punk adjacent. I got told the other day that it's hip hop adjacent because I'm disrespectful enough, but it's about consent, right? And it really just was like, I was mad, and I was just like, I literally, the first two lines are, "I don't want to suck your dick, I just like your art, nigga." And I repeat that. And it is the song that gets requested the most. Excuse me, ma'am, it's not on streaming. Where is it? I need you to perform that next time. What was the inspiration? Like, that is the song. It is so, I don't necessarily, it's not, I have a great time performing it. I have a great time yelling it. But it took like the bass line is simple enough, but the lyrics took no time. It took maybe 15, 20 minutes. But the song that has lyrics, like the melody's been in my head for like 10 years, and the lyrics came like 2 years ago, and I finally got it into paper, and it's got like some high notes, some low notes, some this notes, some that notes. And it's like, people are like, "Well, that's nice. That's real nice."
But how about that other song?
But how about that other song where you're talking about how you don't want to suck dick? Like, we want to hear that. Jolene was another one that was written in like, what Jolene and
I Will Always Love You.
Written the same day, probably also took like 3 hours of her time.
Sia is known for coming into a studio, writing a song in 10 minutes and dipping. Like,
yeah.
That's just, there's some people, God bless them, who literally have the ability to put a pen to paper and just pour it out. I think my problem is I overthink things, and I'm like, I have to make this good as opposed to just making it.
Yeah.
Which is the struggle.
Yeah. And so there's a message in that. There's a message in like a song that, and I'm so glad that someone said this because I had been thinking it for years, but you know how every now and then there's an electric song that sounds the way that air conditioner feels and can't get you out of my head. Just sound like it's so breezy.
Yes.
You wrote that in 2 hours and was like, "Okay, girl, well, here's your little beat."
A giant thumbs up as well as a middle finger.
I guess I'll perform it when I feel like it. La la la.
Right. Just This song again. Okay, the royalties.
You know, this some shit I sing to my nephew because he won't go to sleep, but sure, I guess. There's a lesson in that. So, you know, if you can't get your words out of your head, just la la la.
La la la.
Because people love a good la la la.
La la la. It's easy to sing along to.
La 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 la.
Yep, yep.
And everybody singing la 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 la.
All right, you got it.
Okay, sorry. Somebody like made a cover over that like a year or two ago, and I was so annoyed. But we're not gonna put that one on the playlist. We're gonna put the original one on the playlist. What's the song stuck in your head, Boo?
Well, it is the year 2024.
It is.
And Eurovision is gearing up to start. The finals are in May, which means people are doing the preliminaries. And I just saw last night that Italy finally selected their entry for it, which I'm so sorry, Italy, you are not going to win. It is not a good song.
Wow.
But last year, because Sweden won, shout out to Loreen, it's being held in Sweden this year, and 2024 actually marks the 50th year since ABBA won for Sweden in 1974.
Which, continue, because you already know what I'm going to say. What I'm going to say is like, I didn't know Eurovision had been going on for this long. School the children, because there are people who are listening to this that may have heard of Eurovision, but they don't know what Eurovision is or why, like what it,
So Eurovision is basically a giant, let's call it American Idol, but for like the continent. Because each country does some sort of preliminary American Idol style contest where they select an entrant who has the best song to represent the country to go to the Olympics of singing, songwriting. It's always very over the top. Like the production is fucking insane.
It is.
Like, and the people that you know have gone to represent, like Celine Dion has represented, I believe, France.
Really?
Because she speaks French Canadian. People like Bonnie Raitt has done it. Oh God, what's his name? I just blanked. Not Michael McDonald.
Is it Bublé?
No, not Bublé. It's an older guy. But people have gone on to represent these countries, not necessarily being from the countries, but just because they were picked as the representatives for. And it's been going since like 1940, 1950. It's been around for years and years and years. They tried it with the American Song Contest here last year, hosted by Snoop Dogg and my girl Kelly Clarkson. Whoop whoop. You have to take a shot every time I mention Kelly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So for those listening, Dylan is a huge Kelly Clarkson stan.
And if anybody knows the bitch, tell her I have her tattooed on my body twice.
Is that all? I thought it was a third one. Just twice.
So far, just two.
So far. Okay. So if you hear us mention Kelly Clarkson, mainly Dylan.
Kylie Clarkson.
It's sinuses. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, take a shot. You're going to get drunk. You're going to feel very, very nice by the end of this podcast.
And you'll love Kelly Clarkson just as much as I will. Or it will be some PTSD shit.
She's a great talk show. Great hair. Great hair.
Great. Styling, still questionable.
Sure.
But that Ozempic is working for her because she is. Anyway. So Sweden in 1974 submitted ABBA as their entrant with the song Waterloo.
Waterloo was
the song that won them Eurovision. And it's really interesting because Sweden it's a country about being very modest and humble, and they weren't necessarily featuring ABBA in the beginning because of essentially the trying to be bigger than everyone else in a way, like trying to be superstars, and that's sort of looked down upon. There's a law where it's like no matter what your stature is, you're supposed to treat everyone equal. Like you are no better than this person just because you got money, just because you got Grammys, this, like you are all on the same level. So they weren't really studying ABBA until they won Eurovision. And then all of a sudden they were national treasures. And so the song that's been in my head, and I can't seem to ever get it out, is Waterloo. There's something about that stompy piano rock beginning.
Yeah.
And then because there were 4 members, the 2 women, females, were the vocalists and the men wrote the music.
Okay.
They were sometimes featured vocalists, but for the most part, the females sung the lead vocals. And there's just something about that song in particular. They correlate it to like Napoleon losing a war and comparing that to a love interest. Like it's like I've tried so hard to fight this battle, to fight this. Well, I lost. Finally facing my Waterloo, that big battle that you're just not going to win. And so it's cute.
Yeah, you played it for me before we started the show today. It's one of those songs that I've heard without knowing the words. I do like, everyone knows Dancing Queen, everyone knows Mamma Mia. There's a lot of people who have seen Mamma Mia. I was going to say everyone. I said a lot of people because I'm one of the people that have not seen Mamma Mia yet. You know, love a good Amanda Seyfried movie, so it's not, I just haven't watched it.
Now keep in mind, and I'll apologize in advance, Pierce Brosnan singing is criminal. Like, honey, you are so attractive. Don't sing.
Damn, what you gonna do? Sing. He said, shut the fuck up. What you gonna
It just doesn't make sense.
I was saying their impact like makes me, whenever I hear, I think of 2 things. I think of one, my mother.
Yes.
I asked her one day when I was in high school, because I was starting my little angsty phase. I was like, Mom, do you even listen to rock? Do you listen to rock bands at all? And she was like, yeah, I did back in the day. I said, what was your rock band? She goes, ABBA? She like had to think about it. And I'm like, you know what? Acceptable answer. And I also think my second thing is I think about the This Is Pop documentary about how like all of your favorite pop songs are likely produced in Sweden. And that's all because of apparently Eurovision 1974.
Well, there is something about how Swedish producers work. And if you want to watch the documentary, it's on Netflix. I think it's like episode 2. It's called Stockholm Syndrome. It is enlightening, and like you'll watch it and just say, "Holy shit! This song, like Baby One More Time."
Yep.
I Want It That Way, Backstreet Boys, even down to my girl Kelly Clarkson. Take a shot with Since You've Been Gone. There's a whole story about that where she was contacted by Max Martin. They said, we have a song that we want you to sing. We've got the choruses essentially figured out, but we'll need you to come in, help us write, figure out the rest of it, sing it. She gets there and the song is complete. Like they had already written it. She was like, well, this wasn't part of the deal. And they said, well, do you want it or not? And so begrudgingly, she sang the absolute shit out of that song.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was the year that won her 3 Grammys.
It's a great song.
And so there's something to be said about the ability of these producers, because Max Martin is still working today. 20 years later, he's still making shit. Sweden is where the girls go to make the good tunes.
The good tunes, the pop songs that you still remember.
The ones that you just can't get out of your head.
I would even argue that it's I wonder what recent pop songs can we, well, I don't know. I'm not currently abreast of all the recent pop songs, because I'm like in the pop world, I'm very Y2K.
Okay.
I'm still very, Janet Jackson, Someone to Call My Lover.
Be back.
I'm very you know who I've been listening to one day? Like I made like a a playlist called "Do They Even Make Pop Music Anymore?" And it ends with, I still have to add more to it, but my proudest addition to it was Samantha Mumba. Don't wanna love you if you don't love me.
Oh my God.
You don't need me to. Don't wanna tell you this now, but it wouldn't be right if I didn't tell you this tonight.
Yes. Holy shit. Shout out to Samantha Mumba, wherever you are.
You want to see me break out into some like Y2K choreo, you want to see me act like I got a headset, like the Burger King on my head? Play.
So I looked up songs that were like current songs that were produced by Swedes in Sweden. Here's just a couple. Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. This is America, Childish Gambino.
Wow. Okay.
Stone Cold, Demi Lovato. Starships, Nicki Minaj. Problem, Iggy Azalea and Ariana Grande. Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. Even down to Love Fool by the Cardigans. Love me, say that you love me. Like, the Swedes just have it. And I mean, Sweden has won, I think, 5 times in Eurovision.
Okay.
Loreen, who won last year, is the first artist from Sweden to win twice. For 2012 and then 2023.
What country has won Eurovision the most?
Ooh, what country has, I believe that would be Italy. What country won Eurovision the most? That would be Ireland. Ireland has 7 victories. Sweden has won 6 times. While France, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, and the United Kingdom have each won 5.
Okay.
Nice.
There's some math I gotta do.
And Ireland is actually the only country to have won 3 years in a row.
Oh, Ireland.
Come on, Ireland.
That's where Samantha Mumba's from.
Is she?
Yeah, she's Irish. She's either Irish or Scottish. Yeah.
I live.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right, let's take a quick little break and then we'll be back with some music news. Somebody get the lights so we can rock it day and night. People getting down, that's right. From AM to PM. That's Christina Milian, though, right?
Is it? I was trying to remember. I was like, I know this song.
So it's one of the two.
Christina had bops.
Baby.
She had bops.
Baby. These girls, it was right.
You want to know my favorite Christina Milian song? Puts on Burger King headset. You already know it's going to I'm your basic average girl, and I'm here to save the world. They can't stop me because I'm impossible. There is nothing I can't do, and the dangers come and know that I am on my way. It doesn't matter where or where there's trouble if you just call my name. Impossible. So mysterious to me.
I have 2 movies that make me cry no matter how many times I've seen them.
Okay.
And it's only 2. Dreamgirls.
Yeah.
Because that moment where Effie comes out and she's singing with the group. And the daughter's just in the audience like, Jamie Foxx comes out like, this is my baby. And she's just singing her tits off. Oh my God. And then the second one.
Okay. Oh my God. Am I prepared for this answer?
It's the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Which one?
Which one?
No, because like I'm a Cadet Kelly stan.
No, I'm not Hillary Duff. The Lizzie McGuire movie, where she goes to Italy and becomes the pop star. Stands in for what's shit? Paolo and Isabella.
Yes.
And that moment where Isabella like rushes off the stage and leaves her to sing the song by herself, and the family comes in there in the front row and the same thing, and they're just so proud. What Dreams Are Made Of will make me cry every single time.
I Okay, so don't hurt me, but that is the only Disney original movie from that time that I didn't watch. And I don't even know why.
Wait,
I don't know
still
why.
haven't watched?
I still haven't watched it. Only because I think
my
Hannah Montana
fucking
came out at the
God.
same time. And I was like,
Oh
there's
my
too many
fucking
movies
God.
about this.
It is so good.
I'll revisit it because I did like
Oh my God.
that pilot episode about the sports bra. I was like, I watched it as an adult and I was like, I still feel this. I still resonate. I still resonate with this puberty girl.
There's something about Lizzie McGuire that lives in my head rent free. The episode where she learns how to twirl ribbons, and she just picks it up and starts doing this, and everybody's like, "Oh my God!"
It's the montage. It's the montage.
It's the slow mo. It's so good. Holy shit. Hillary Duff. We'll talk about you one day, baby girl.
Yeah, really. They canceled How I Met Your Father, and I was really sad because I was rooting for Hillary. All right, we ready to come back in?
Yeah. And we're back with a little bit more news. Well, with news in general, really.
So music news. What have we got today? We can I want to touch a little bit on before we want to start with the esteemed news and get into the mess.
Into the petty.
And so let's talk about how do we feel about award season this year? I know that we're rooting, like we are Danielle Brooks stans.
Yes.
All the way. Stage, film. Maybe we'll go to lunch one day. I don't know. I want to be her friend. I just know that I'd be the whole time.
Oh, I would just look at her face.
Unless I'm with the color purple and I'm Fantasia and I'm like, where are the
laptops? My therapist, just I know my therapist looks like Danielle Brooks.
Oh, really?
And there are so many times where I'm just like, I can't stop looking at how pretty you are. You are so pretty. But anyway, Danielle Brooks is officially an EGOT nominee, not a recipient yet, but she has officially been nominated for an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
So now we're in the season where like we're waiting for her to win the Oscar.
Yes, give her the
give it, like
give her the Oscar. Give her the Oscar.
Like I love an actor that can take for lack of a better adjective, famous role, because everyone knows Sophia from The Color Purple,
1000%.
and makes it their complete own. And they make it their own so much that they don't actually overshadow Oprah. They just it's a new Sophia completely.
Yep.
And I love it. I loved her portrayal in the movie. I know like I love her portrayal in the movie. She has the best number on the soundtrack. Hell No is still my favorite. Like no. Like choreography down, like her, she steals every scene that she's in.
As soon as she walked on stage or on the screen with that walk, it was a wrap.
Like
it's like this Fantasia, I know this is your movie, mama, but it just got stole from you.
I don't even think Fantasia minds. Fantasia is looking for the lamb chops. And I say that no, because like I think Fantasia does a beautiful job playing Celie. I know she wasn't everybody's favorite Celie, and that's fine. I think I honestly, if we're going to talk about people who deserve more love, I do think Felicia Mbasi, if I say her, it's Mbasi, sorry.
Felicia she plays Mbasi, yeah.
Yes, she plays young Celie.
Yeah.
I think she was fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
I want to see her in more things. I need to see her in more things. Her singing voice, amazing. I know she does an interview where she says, I got this role because I'm ugly. No, you got that because you're a fucking star.
That part.
If you ever hear this, just know that.
We cannot wait to see you in more stuff.
Girl. We cannot wait because you two will be an EGOT nominee.
Yes.
Taraji is Suge. I love her portrayal of Suge. Her push the button. Push the button. Now, see, I found out something interesting about her is that she was offered the role of Suge on Broadway.
and she ran away from it because she knew that her vocal training at the time would not stand up to 8 shows a week.
Yeah.
And she wasn't going to take the role knowing that she couldn't deliver what she needed to. There's something about that.
Respect for knowing it's like, I haven't grown into this role yet.
Know your limitations.
You know, it's like it's something that I want to work towards, but not right now. This is, you know, not here. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I look up to Taraji with the risks that she's taken in her personal life in accordance with her artistic life. Just because she's one of the.
You mean like dating Common?
Who's now dating Jennifer Hudson?
Just kidding.
Yeah. I was gonna make a very not an appropriate joke about how everyone has had that very fine Pisces.
I would take that very fine Pisces.
Yeah.
Whichever side. I don't
swim.
Yeah.
Swim. You know.
Surfboard. I'm just saying.
And so I really want to applaud the whole cast of The Color Purple because I feel like everybody shined in their own way.
Yes.
I mean,
there's another interview. Sierra, like everybody's talking about how it's jarring to see Sierra.
Dare she be in this movie?
But
her voice doesn't compare to Fantasia. You could argue that My Good Sis has been in a war-torn country for decades. She's doing her best, and she's only in the movie for what?
She sings one line. She sings one line.
4 minutes and 30 seconds. It bothered you that bad? It bothers you that bad?
Hey,
y'all still mad about
what you gonna do?
That's what that is.
Going down to the river, gonna play with you.
And it's still the same tonally.
Yes,
tonally, like, it matched.
I mean, adult Nettie, played by Sierra, gives me young Nettie, played by Halle Bailey.
It does.
It's just it makes sense. The casting is it.
The casting, the casting is it.
Casting is it.
The casting director.
I mean,
is there a category in the Oscars for casting?
There should be like best casting.
Did that they?
Because I mean, it's like Coleman Domingo. We had Fantasia. We had Felicia, Danielle, Taraji, Halle, Sierra.
Corey Hawkins plays.
Corey Hawkins, yes.
Oh, I see his face.
The juke joint. Shit. Fuck. What is it? Fuck. Shit.
Harpo.
How can we forget?
Because it's over.
You so up over to beat me.
That's literally what I had to think about to remember his name.
All my life I had to fight.
She does it so well. So that's our hopes and dreams. Our Coleman, you know, we are rooting for Coleman Domingo.
Yes.
To also win Best Dressed at the Oscars because we know that he's going to sweep.
Come on, baby.
That suit, that yellow suit.
Come on, baby.
Dreams.
Give it to him.
Dreams about that suit.
On the subject of movies, though, have you seen Saltburn yet? It's an Amazon original.
I still haven't. I don't have Amazon right now.
Okay.
I have to watch. I want to watch it because, like, I have 2 separate categories of friends when it comes to Saltburn.
Yes.
I have my film snob friends and my gaybies.
Hey.
And so all of my gaybies are like, oh, this is cinema. It is. It is so good. It is so like. My film snobs, and there's some intersection, but my film snobs are like, girl, this movie has been made at least 20 times. Give it a rest.
It is not a new trope.
Yeah.
It is something that has been done before.
Right.
I think what really sets this movie apart is the soundtrack. And I know that's a
strong thing for me.
Like,
that's a strong thing for me.
Really can't make or break a movie.
It can.
And
it usually does.
There is a scene, I'm not going to spoil it for you, where Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis Bextor plays. And it is so, like, Murder on the Dance Floor is just this cute, upbeat, you know, disco song. It's Murder on the Dance Floor. So you better not kill the groove, DJ. But the way that it's overlayered in the scene is sinister as fuck. And it's just like, it totally makes you listen to the lyrics of the song and like, oh, y'all were smart as fuck to put
that.
this cutesy
Okay,
little
supervisor.
cotton candy song
Ooh,
over
they do their
something
job. Yeah.
like dark.
Okay.
But shout out to her. She's having a big resurgence, especially on that song.
Is it charting right now?
Yes.
Okay.
It came out in December of 2001. Like that shit is 23 years old and has long been sort of not forgotten about, but like she's released new stuff since then.
Right.
But shout out to her for having a resurgence with that song.
That makes me think of two. So obviously Kate Bush with Stranger Things had a resurgence. There's two songs that are charting right now that one used to chart and one had never charted. So thanks to Megan Thee Stallion's wonderful song Hiss, Mariah Carey's Obsessed is now at the top 15.
Why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I gotta know. Hey.
And
that's where she said something about YouTube, right?
No, she's making fun of Eminem because he was stalking her.
It's the YouTube song.
No, that one is that one's more recent.
Is that Shake It Off?
No.
Okay, anyway, go ahead.
That might be Get the Fuck Out.
It'll come to me.
But yeah, but Obsessed came out when we were like, I don't know, 14, 15. Like
right,
we were young.
Right.
We were young. So that's on the charts right now. And
Touch My Body. Touch my body.
That was the same album. Same album.
Around, play with me some more. Because it's if there's a camera up in here, then I best not catch this flick on YouTube. Mama. I love that so much.
Also charting top 100 for the first time since its release in the 80s is Cheryl Lynn's Encore.
Ooh.
So what happened? So Cheryl Lynn's Encore has been going viral because people are dancing to it on TikTok.
Okay.
There's like a cute, I'll find it for you during the break or when we finish, but it's like these guys are dancing to Encore. And of course she gets wind of it and she's like, oh my God. And like, I just love when the aunties figure out how to use Twitter. And so of course like, now she's like really active. I'm following her. It's so great.
When the senior citizens get on socials.
And so she's like really basking in the success because the song has not charted up that high. Like it probably did in the R&B charts, but now I think it's like in the like pop charts. I have to look again. But since like that was almost like 40 something years ago.
Good for her. Get your royalties, bitch.
I love that
Get
for
your
her.
royalties.
I love that for her. And she's, she's been just like, like it's always right on time. So something else that you said about music making or breaking a film. I want to give a shout out to a friend of mine. I'm always shouting her out, Emily Sankofa. She is nominated for an NAACP award for the score of The Other Black Girl. If you haven't watched it on Hulu, it is so good. I rewatched it this weekend and I'm like, I love this more now. I had a friend over for wine last night and she was like, oh, your friend did this? Please let her know that we got the point. This bitch is creepy. Like it's a comedy thriller. It happens in a workspace. I love workspace comedies and I love workspace thrillers. So she's nominated for that. I have a colleague nominated for NAACP award for The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. Also really cool soundtrack, but mainly really cool effects. It's a really modern twist on Frankenstein. So just wanted to shout out to people that I know that are nominated for very big things. But yes, music, like a lot of my favorite films, especially now as I like become more refined in my taste. Sound is a deal breaker. Music, like score, like knowing the difference between like score and soundtrack, and like having good soundtrack is like if you can listen to the soundtrack and remember what part of the movie I'm in. Oh, chef's kiss. I'm looking at you, Kid Cudi's Intergalactic. Have you watched it yet?
No. All right.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to yell. So if you have Netflix, Intergalactic is a animated romantic comedy.
Okay.
EP'd is executive produced by Kid Cudi and Kenya Barris.
Love.
Starring Kid Cudi is a star. His love interest, Jessica Williams.
Okay.
And then you get cameos like Timothy Chalamet's in it. Ty Dolla $ign is in it. Ty Dolla $ign is funny as fuck, actually. He's great. my good sis that played in, is it Vanessa? Not Vanessa Morgan. That's Riverdale.
Vanessa Williams.
No, that's Vanessa
Vanessa
Williams.
Hudgens.
Yeah, she's
From
in
High
it.
School Musical.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, she's in it. It's a really fun time. It's a
Does
really
she
great.
sing in it?
There, no, this is so it's all Kid Cudi's music.
Okay.
So it sounds like a don't do that. Vanessa, that was all.
No. I saw a clip of her today trying to sing I'm Your Lady or The Power of Love by Celine Dion.
Oh.
It is not, no. Like, can she carry a tune? Yes.
Sure.
It is not that.
It's say okay.
It is not that song.
No.
I mean, Tick Tick Boom, she was great in.
Mhm.
If you watch that, that's on Netflix. Andrew Garfield, Vanessa Hudgens, and shit, why did I just blank on the other girl's name? She has been in a lot of stuff. Cast is Alexandra Shipp. That's who.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that, like, I know I've seen her in a bunch of stuff.
And it was written by the same guy that did Rent.
Oh, okay.
He actually wrote that. It's kind of biographical, autobiographical. It's about turning 30 and oh no, what am I doing with my life?
Culkin is also in Intergalactic.
Okay.
He makes an appearance in Jaden Smith.
All right.
Their roles are very short, but they're still like very fun.
All right.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay, I'll check that out.
I know this may not be on the list. I wanted to ask you how you felt, and if you don't want to go in and skip to the next topic. We talked about Song of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
What about, so there was that whole fiasco about Barbie not getting nominated for awards. They didn't really need to be nominated for, or it's but I wanted to focus on the songs that got nominated.
Mm-hmm.
Of the two, between Knuff, and I'm just kidding, but I'm gonna call it Knuff. Between Knuff and What Was I Made For? If either of those two won the award, who would you give it to?
Hot take, unpopular opinion. I don't really vibe with Billie Eilish.
Okay.
I think I have one song of hers saved on my Spotify from years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, out of the two, it's gonna be the Billie Eilish song.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna get the Oscar for that. And it's just like she is a talented enough singer. But I think what turned me off to her is there is an interview with not Jay Leno, who's the other old man, David Letterman.
Okay.
Where she takes him into the studio and she's like, oh yeah, this is 100 different takes cut together to piece the perfect song. And it's like, I understand that. But does it really take you 100 different takes to get the right song? Because right now I'm listening to Barbra Streisand's book, which is 48 hours long, by the way. Holy shit. I'm gonna give myself a gold star when I finish this. I've been listening to it for a month and I still have 38 hours left.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be a long time. But at one point she talks about recording soundtracks and she was like, I always do one take because that's where the emotion lies. Not in take 72 or take 54 or even take 17. It's like I will go in, do one take. That's where the emotion lies. That's where the intensity lies. And if I have to go back and fix something, I will, but I prefer not to. And that to me is singing, because I listen to somebody like Dame Shirley Bassey, who gets up on stage at 82, doesn't miss a note, still blows it out of the fucking water. Why are you in your mid-20s like, I have to do 400 takes in order to get it? It's because you're
That's
not.
So shade.
It's call it shade. But
was that a moment?
That was a fan.
Okay. Okay.
But Billie Eilish is not really my thing. Out of the two, give it to her. Why not?
So I'll answer my take, because I actually, so Billie Eilish, I like the tonality of her songs. I don't necessarily dive into her music that much either. I appreciate like the way, like I appreciate her sound, grungy moody chick here tapping in. So I get her. I really liked before I knew it was her. Because, you know, sometimes you hear a song, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
sing
yeah.
that? And you're like, oh, Billie Eilish did that. I guess that's her. I actually did resonate a lot with What Was I Made For?
Okay.
You know, like the lines feel simple. Like it's was one of those songs because you're listening to like the vocal performance. I'm looking at the lyrics.
That's fair.
So like
I'm a vocals kind of gal.
Lyrically, I really felt touched by like it was like I'm sad again, don't tell my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because it's not what he's made for.
Yeah.
And as someone who has, you know, like, you know, I look back on some of my relationships and they failed, you know, in part due to like my anxiety.
Yeah.
Or how anxious I was. Or like maybe I was pushing someone away and didn't realize I had done it. So when I hear the song, I'm like, God damn, Barbie, not you.
God damn.
Am I the existential doll? Like, is it me? Is the call coming from inside the house? That's why I resonated with that song so much. So I hope that it gets it. Ken is fun as hell. But that's what, you know, as far as like 400 takes for a song, I am one of those people who's like, I'm unfortunately like, if I'm flat on one note, I'll do the whole song over again.
Okay.
So, and I tried, you know, sometimes it's like, I still just, you know, fix the thing. Where it's like, oh, I didn't feel it in that one. Or like, oh, let me do it just in case. And that just in case take was actually terrible. So I do a third one and now we're in our fifth one. And they're like, girl, the first one was not even that bad.
Right.
So some of that just might be a meticulous thing. Right. So
OCD.
Now
don't let me put myself on a pedestal and be like, oh, I'm Barbara Streisand, one take wonder. Girl, no, multiple things.
What was that song she recorded in one take because she wanted to go to the mall? It's a powerful one too.
I'm sure.
Is it I'm Your Baby?
Well, I mean, Perfect, Ed Sheeran and Beyonce, the duet. Beyonce did one take. Like the recording is one take. She went into the studio, did it once, and they said, yeah, we good. We got it. We good.
Dreams, hopes,
you know,
manifestations.
But it's I think there's sometimes where the universe tells you that like what you have already works. Because when I did my last project, the family album, I went in, did the scratch vocal, whatever, gave it my best shot. The day that I was scheduled to come back and recut the vocals, I had laryngitis. And so I showed up and tried to do it. And they were like, no, this just ain't the business. We're just going to use what we have.
And it was fine.
Sounded so good. It sounded good.
Yeah. That actually happened with my bass. Actually, I recorded scratch bass lines for the tracks with the intention that, okay, Fred's gonna come in and record drums over the bass tracks, and then I'll come in and do whatever. And so I was like, hey, I text Russ, who's helping us record, and I said, hey, do I need to come in and lay down bass at the same time? He was like, you're on the grid, like you got it. Like, yeah. I'm gonna just, throw some extra amp on there. When it's time to edit it the way that you want, we can do that. So yeah, I agree with that. The universe tells you when it's like, don't overthink it. So Billy, if you're hearing this, you might not need to overthink it, babe.
So wrapping up this whole shindig, what we're going to try to do each episode is talk about what songs are stuck in our head, as well as artists that you should check out who are similar to what we're currently listening to. So why don't you start? What you gave Hits by Megan Thee Stallion as your song. What should our lovely listeners check out that sounds similar to, complementary to?
I'm going to give my what's wild? Because it's like, as you were saying that, two artists came up.
Okay.
So the first one that I was going to say is like, I feel like more people should know who Carrie Foe is. It might actually be Carrie Foe. Hey girl, correct me. Carrie Foe's been out since about like maybe that song that I let you listen to came out 9 years ago. Yeah. Small Talk was like an underground hit. It was an underground success. And then we got Primary, her EP in 2017. She had since been on the Insecure soundtrack for at least 4 seasons. I want to say all 6, honestly. But her project that she released for her birthday last June. So I would say that if you're looking for Southern rappers that embody like that groove, Southern funk, laid back summertime, like, you know, in your cousin's Cadillac, like, you know, like, what you doing? I'm gonna be at your house 15 minutes. It's really her project. Real Bitches Don't Die. So to be clear, none of these songs sound like Hiss because they're very introspective. They're recorded after a period of grief and a period of self-discovery. So Me First is a runway bop. That's, you know, if I'm swinging my hips, if Me First is probably playing in my ears. White Caprice is finna be my song of the summer. Yes. Came out last summer. I'm finna run it up again this summer.
Featuring who?
Gangsta Boo, may she rest.
There she is.
May she rest. Like, we love a Gangsta Boo. We love a rapper that was, you know, bringing up the girls under her. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I really appreciate that project. So, K-Fo, if you're listening to this, you're a fucking legend. That whole era of girl rap is literally my favorite. Someone that is probably on the mouths of children already. I don't know. I don't mean to call y'all kids. Y'all not that much younger than me. I'm just kidding. If we want to talk about like sassy, witty, clever lines, a lot of people don't like Flo Millie's voice, but I am Flo Military down. I love her. She just did her first performance on Jimmy Fallon. Looked fucking excellent. She's giving us sexy rap now. But like, I heard, what was the song? Send the Addy is my favorite Flo Millie song. What's the other one that I really like? There's Send the Addy. There's no, I think it is Send the Addy is my favorite song. Conceited is another one. Her album, which she had the magnificent Miss New York VH1 intro the album, because
Tiffany Pollard,
the as her intro, because she does what the
fucking legend.
I just like her whole album is like you still hear her, because you know her whole image is like the VH1 brand, and so to have the Tiffany introduce your album,
because I love New York herself.
I'm rooting for her. Flo Millie, you are one of the most gorgeous women in the game right now. And I love to see you grow, shine, success, and rep for she's out of Mobile, Alabama. Right. So I just gave you 2 badass Southern rap girls to listen to. That's Flo Millie out of Alabama. That's Carrie Fo out of Little Rock. I think she's in Houston now. It doesn't matter. Their shit slides. So those are 2 folks that I would recommend based off the Meg.
I love it.
What about you? Who gives you Waterloo? Who's giving you ABBA? Okay, I'm sorry.
So if we're gonna go to first, I'm gonna mention Jessie Ware, who British singer-songwriter, has been out for a couple of years. First couple of albums were sort of low-key, almost soul. And then she started to get into more of her disco bag. And she has an album called What's Your Pleasure? That's like laid back, sexy disco. Think I Feel Love, Donna Summer. Like it's the breathy disco. And then this new one, oh shit, it's called Girls Free Yourself. I forget the name of the album. But her newest album, still disco, but much more punchy, much more vocal forward. And so think Bad Girls, think Last Dance, think MacArthur Park. Like if we're comparing it to Donna Summer, like she's progressively gotten more and more disco and more in your face. And so she draws a lot of inspiration from ABBA musically. And then the second one that I'll mention is a Swedish singer named Leo. L-E with the thing over it, O-N.
Not the thing over it.
I don't know what it's called. apostrophe. She, how do I say this? She is lyrically, I think, stunning. Like she has a great voice, but she knows her instrument really well and doesn't try to oversing. She doesn't try to overdo things, which too many girls try to come up with songs that it's like, if you can't sing it live, then you should not be doing it. And so I got to see Leon at Buckhead Theater in 2021, I believe. And just the tone of her voice, I got a little choked up when I first heard her because it's like, you sound just like your record. So all these songs that I've felt in my spirit, just gotten emotional to, I get to hear them and you sound exactly the same. But she's sort of a newer artist, came out around 2017, 2018. But her growth since then has been exponential. Like she started out good, then she got great, and now she's releasing new stuff in anticipation of a new album that I cannot wait for.
I love that.
It's the girls do it for me. Like,
I love that.
Give me.
I love it when you have a singer that sounds exact. I've experienced that. I know we've got to wrap up soon, but it takes me back. Like the one time that I really have experienced that, I saw Jeffrey Osborne live.
Okay.
And so, are you familiar? So LTD is the name of the group from back then, and Jeffrey Osborne was his lead singer. And so the song that you ever heard, "Loving You, there's me something new that I never felt, never dreamed of."
All right, yeah.
Like something's changed, but it's not the feeling I had before. And it's like to hear him sing, like I was 20 at the time. It was a free jazz concert. And so like to know that he sounded like the same track that Kiss 104.1 had been playing my whole life was like, so I know how you feel. I know how you felt when you were looking at Leon and it's like, oh no, bitch, that's you.
That's you.
That's you.
Because it's like, I mean, I've seen, like Britney Spears, I've seen her. And it's like, you go for the show, not for the vocal.
Sure.
But like, example, last year I went to Atlanta Jazz Fest because who was headlining? Ledisi, baby. Ledisi. Oh, shit.
Did not regret it.
It's just like, you sound so fucking good.
I did cry. I did cry.
Mean,
I did cry. Oh, you lucky you got to walk to your house from that party.
Yeah. Like I'm sure Jazz Fest was great. I showed up at 7:45 for an 8:00 show just to see Ledisi for free.
Market and
baby, she did not disappoint. I sat on a hill and was just like, take me there, mama. I don't know what she. I wish she would have done Rock With You. Rock, rock, rock with you.
I haven't heard that.
All I got, I give to you to give your love to me. She has an album called The Intimate Truth where it's all acoustic. Holy shit.
I don't think I'm ready.
Blows.
I don't think I'm ready.
Blows.
I might transcend.
And I think it's one take. Like each song is one take. Because there's one song, it's not Rock With You, but there's one song where she's it's at the end, she's really into it, and she just goes, oh, what happened right there? I just felt like screaming. And it's like talking about one takes, right? Like she didn't feel the need to go back and change it because it was like, well, shit, that happened. That was a moment.
You have to keep shading Miss Eilish.
Billie Eilish. Get your vocals together, bitch.
I will say, To Billy and Phineas. They've got some great soundtracks. I don't know if it takes 400 takes to do them all.
You know how many trophies I have? None.
Hello?
You know how many they have?
Enough.
Enough.
Take this with a grain of salt.
So I'm a armchair quarterback over here, talking shit about a woman who keeps snatching awards.
Hello?
But get your bag, Billie Eilish. Get your bag.
Get it. Get it.
Well, I think that'll be it for this week's episode.
Check us out. You can follow us at Can't Get You Out of My Head Pod on Instagram.
All one word.
All one word. You know, no apostrophes, obviously,
It's
because you
law.
can't do that. Yeah. And where else can they follow us? Or is that it?
So far, we just have the Instagram set up.
Okay.
We're working on getting a Spotify account set up so that with each episode, when each episode premieres, we'll have a playlist of all the songs that we talked about, as well as some other songs that you can listen. You know, it's kind of like a scratch and sniff book. You can follow the journey as you're listening to us.
So don't be alarmed if you see Flo Milli and Danielle Brooks and ABBA on the same playlist. That's
It's gonna make no sense.
Just know that that's how our minds work, and you should just roll with us. And that's why you should come back next week.
And if you have any suggestions of things that we need to listen to, reach out to us at Can't Get You Out of My Head Pod on Instagram. Enlighten us.
Music taste.
Enlighten us. Tell us what we need to know.
Tell us.
And you can also follow me on Instagram at the Dylan Michael.
You can follow me on Astin Rocks. That's WHYASTIN ROCKS. Both of our pages are attached to the Can't Get You Out of My Head Pod page. So, you know, and you probably found this because of us anyway.
Yeah.
So share it with your friends.
Give us a follow, share with your friends, tell your mom and them.
And happy Oprah's birthday Eve.
I love bread.
Bye.